if you're moving out of your apartment and you want to rent it, you might have the question as to whether you rent it furnished or unfurnished. My name's Andrew Wood from Wood Property, and the answer to some of these questions is it depends. So book a time with me, I can come out, meet with you, and we can go through it. But here are some of the questions and some of the issues that you might be actually considering. The first thing to think about is, what's the quality of the furniture like? You can't rent a property, or it's harder to rent a property if it's sort of crappy furniture. Sorry to be rude, but you really need nicely styled furniture that's going to appeal to a very broader or generic type of group. Try not to make, if it's too personal, like there's a bunk bed or a piano or something like that that you love, but it's just not going to appeal to the broader group. It's a bit tricky. Think about also how long are you going for? Or are you going to be moving back into the property? Because if you're only going to be moving out for a short time, then it's probably annoying to have to move all of your furniture out and then move it all back in again when you go. But sometimes you might be moving out and you're never going to move back in there. The other thing is, do you actually want the furniture or not? Because if you don't, you might be better just to get rid of it and move on for there. The other thing to think about with furnishing an apartment is it should be fully furnished. If you're going to do it properly. And what I mean by that is it's hard to rent a property if there's just like a bed and a couch, because then you're trying to match that with a tenant who doesn't have a bed and a couch but has everything else. So it's kind of annoying. You just basically, it's all or nothing. Also, in relation to the quality, match it with the location that it's in. So if it's in a really nice suburb and it's a really nice building, then you really need great furniture, and that includes all the glassware, crockery and cutlery to match that location. So that's important. The other thing to think about is, do you have an option to store it somewhere, cheaply or for free? And if you do, then you might think about doing that. When you actually go to lease your apartment furnished, or if you decide to furnish it and you're leasing it, there's a couple of other things also to think about. It can take longer to rent an apartment furnished. There's just not as many people looking for furnished apartments. So it can take a bit longer to find that right tenant who likes your apartment and likes the furniture. Generally, you're going to get more rent, because essentially you're saving the tenant having to provide all that furniture. But again, it does depend on the quality of it and how it's styled as well. Sometimes you can get a slightly shorter lease term, maybe because you're appealing to a tenant who is looking for a sort of a shorter term accommodation for a time in their life, whether they're moving to a location for work or renovating their house and they just need somewhere to stay. So that's an issue to consider. Also, obviously remove any personal or valuable items. Valuable items in the property. So obviously you don't have the stress of looking after that. But as I said at the start, the best thing to do is to book a time with me, Andrew Wood at Wood Property. I'll come out, I'll meet with you, I'll go through your specific situation and advise you on all the issues in relation to whether you should rent your apartment furnished or unfurnished. I hope that helps.